And welcome back. Okay, so we are next to a barbarian war camp. Let's go see how we fare there. They do have several barbarian rune chosen. Which are essentially tougher chosen. They come with runed famed weapons. So quite dangerous. We'll see how this one goes. You can, however, stun them. Okay, so I could back off. I don't think I will. Let's just begin already. So start with some nets. Okay, and did these guys have underdog? Doesn't look like they do. So I can wait for surround bonuses. 91 already to hit though. I did play a little bit, well, perhaps more than a little bit actually, of the current version of Legends on my own as well, so I do know approximately how tough these guys are. This is this Sir Cunibert's Thug's Bane that this guy is using is actually a sword. They're pretty nice weapons. Anyways, I will inspire someone here. I guess we'll do Giselma. Would be nice to rotate. I guess I'll do that with Herbert. Anyone else? Arnold has a rotation, is over there though. We'll need to be a little bit careful with Rikhara still. Still just a cripple, by the way. Instead of a King's Guard. Only 83 hit points, doesn't have Steel Brow. So can be hurt, definitely. And also, actually, yes, it seems like not all of the rune chosen do come with famed weapons. Doesn't look like this spiked mace is famed. Nor this one. Anyways, it seems that this one will have a famed helmet, so some kind of famed gear will be acquired. Anyways, let's move Rikhara. I could also just use Rikhara as a rotator though. But let's move here and rotate Giselmar with Herbert like the plan was initially. Alright. $95, go for it. That is some heavy armor. And like I said, let's do the rotation here. And save the rest of your AP for next round. Alright. And Alretieren, let's see here, probably just moves like there perhaps. Could also rotate someone though. So if I move here, I can also mark someone. That is not even that helpful. They don't have that much melee defense. Anyways, it's not like he has anything else to do, so might as well. Gets shield wall for free. Okie dokie. So slightly awkward with Arnold here. If I want to use Kettle instead on this guy, which I do. Perhaps go for a flank instead. How about here though? Yeah, that's fine-ish. Also has a lot of initiative, so gets to act before they do, and I get to use... Actually, I don't. I don't have Prisoner's Rush for the Death Blow ability with this dagger just yet. Anyways, I guess move there. Okie dokie. More nets. Okay, let's just go for damage here instead of trying for a stun. That is also Daze and Baffle. Here I think I will go for the stun though. One stunned. Oh, right. Double check, did you have... No, you don't have Berserk. Let's not even kill that target, let's go for this one instead. Okay, not really in a position to reap, so instead go for the single target attack. Slightly a waste to go for the one that is dazed and baffled, however. I guess we go for the headshot with the lash. Okay, nearly there. Alright, and stun one of these, or, well, attempt it. Gets there. Chance 58. And you do have Berserk. So there we go. Misses 293s against this guy though. Some disappoint. Okay, I suppose the puncture is... Well, it's the... Need a headshot, probably, with this weapon, but I also have a lower chance to hit with the puncture. So I guess I do go for the regular old stab. Yeah, need a headshot. Or need to deal with some armor. Anyways, gets there in the end. Just go for that target. Okay, Kettle, go for the next target here. Gets to attack only once though. Does miss. I could footwork away. He does have kind of excellent survivability though. Well, at least until he gets hit by the dazing attack from the mace there. So I suppose I'll leave him there. The AI is being a bit silly. Giving us a better chance here, actually. Well, we would always win this fight, but a better chance to escape without any injuries, I guess. Okay, there we go. We did get hit. Was actually a 49. Pretty nasty, actually. Yeah, crippling strikes kind of explains that fractured hand there. Anyways, there we go. They are quite dangerous, but they are ultimately no match for us. I'll wait with the archers, I guess. And over here, this one will probably move in. We'll see though. Might also decide to go for a flank or something stupid. Inspire Giselmar again. Okay, I need to rescue Kettle from there. Well, he can move away on his own, perhaps. And did he have... Let's see. He has only 11 fatigue left. Okay, never mind. He can't. He does have tactical maneuvers, but not freedom of movement. So I need to either kill these targets or rotate him out with someone else. Anyways, kind of getting what I'm wishing for, which is a casualty to keep the game exciting. He's not dead yet, though. We'll see. I suppose you'll just attack here, but let's see. Who can potentially rotate? Harold, kind of. And I did actually give Harold some melee defense, but he is going to be hit a lot if he ends up there. What else can I do? Who else can I use on this flank? Pretty much no one. Also getting dazed... Well, baffled. Yeah, actually baffled, not dazed. On Ludwig is kind of annoying. Anyways. Yeah, I can't use the rotation on Harold yet in any case, so we might even lose Kettle. Can't really deal with this unhold quick enough. Though I might be able to walk away with Arnold. And Arnold does have freedom of movement. So it's only 2 AP and 10 fatigue to use those abilities. So yeah, actually I can get all the way to Kettle, I think, with Arnold. Because he can rotate 3 times and also footwork once. Which is kind of insane, but yeah. Meaning that Kettle will end up here. Which is safer. Not quite safe yet, but far safer. Anyways, I guess I'm just attacking this Rune Chosen. So do that. And probably do nothing else, but we'll keep it as an option. Once again, don't go for the Reap attack. There you go. Just attack once. So I do have Patient Hunter, so I guess I shouldn't move 2 tiles. Let's just wait. Wait and see, wait and decide. Rotate Giselmar again with Herbert, I suppose. I can attack once with the spear if I switch into it. That's not going to deal basically any damage though. Against such armor. So let's skip that. Okay, and activate shield wall manually this time. I guess. Do nothing else. You do nothing else. Alright. move on over here with Baldwin. Linda has some initiative, so I could maybe like net this Rune Chosen. Yeah, that's probably better than using this weapon. I do also have a net here though. I could use it on the bear instead. Also the bear's initiative, okay, that's 63, so that's not that high. 90 on this one. Arnold only has 88, so yeah, we might not actually be fast enough. Let's see, can I... No, I cannot. Should have used a rotation. Yeah, then I would have had enough AP to use the throwing net on this one. Anyways, yeah, we might be losing Kettle. Oh well. Kind of my own fault, actually. Definitely could have saved him. I do have the debilitate ability, though. Yeah, let's use that, probably. Let's go for an aimed shot as well. That is probably not enough, but it is something. It's a little bit of help. I also have Azur's net still. Exactly one of those. I'll go ahead and use it here, actually. Okay. Definitely would like to attack these targets instead. I could try to walk away from the unhold. That is kind of unlikely though, so I think I will not attempt it. So let's just do that. And it might be time to say goodbye to Kettle. We shall see. Arnold does act before this guy though. So we might have saved him. Probably did, actually. Let's see if I can get this kill here. No. Left at 4 hit points. More help. Why would you choose to attack the shield wall there? Anyways, Kettle actually did get to act before these enemies as well. Oh yeah, I forgot. I actually forgot. He actually has some initiative of his own. Well, that's good. I can actually just footwork away from here. I'll just do that. I don't need his contribution. There we go. Everything's fine. I'll just wait with Arnold, I think. And now you have a net out. I guess you will use it. Let's inspire Gudbrand this time. Nice to have a little bit of a challenge. Even if ultimately the result of the fight is never in question. Anyways, just do that. Gets a lucky headshot there, so I guess go for another target now. Alright. Perhaps use this attack before I use perfect focus. Should go for this target though, I guess. So let's see what Gudbrand can do first. So let's actually wait before I act with Ludwig. Alright, armor is gone. Okay, is it finally time to attack something with Herbert? I guess it might be. Could also just go for their backline, make sure they don't escape. Not that it matters, but I could do that. I suppose this is more important. Just attack, or actually no, let's move here. How rude. There you go, abusing the adrenaline. Alright, so Ludwig is frontline capable. Let's see here. So if I attack with a strike now, before I activate perfect focus, I can still do 2. So let's do that. And that was enough. And Sancho actually hitting these, despite his very low melee skill. Okay, only 9 enemies left. Unnecessary, but I suppose I will debilitate the bear. Alright, next inspire target. Let's do like Bartholomew's this time. Doesn't really matter. And actually, since these ones are no threat, let's go here. Bonk. Yeah, that sucks. See what I mean about not having steel brow. Oh well. The Unhold can also potentially land a lucky headshot. Anyways, Ludwig to the rescue, maybe. Also, this one, it seems, this Rune Chosen is going to use the adrenaline cheat. So, actually, we might be in a little bit of a trouble now. With Rikhara. So, what can I do about that one? Arnold? No. Doesn't have AP. Can't inspire Arnold either. I've already spent it. Can I kill the Rune Chosen in time? Maybe. I can attack twice, I think. With Ludwig. Getting a net there would help a lot. It seems it's going to be a bit difficult though. If not impossible in time. Giselmar does have a net though, so I could use that. If I'm here though, and I wait, the Unhold might be able to land a hit on Ludwig, knocking him back. So I think I should just go for it immediately. And go for the Rune Chosen instead of the Unhold. Probably. Though it is a 95 to hit the Unhold. I do have Battle Flow as well. And after that, the coast is clear for Giselmar to go instead for the Rune Chosen, and again can go for the Other Cleaver type attack here. Decapitate or whatever. Yeah. So I guess, never mind, let's actually go for the Unhold. And also, like I said, the Unhold might get a kind of lucky hit. Though, can I say that when you only have 21 melee defense left after being concussed? So yeah, let's go for this. Oh, what the hell? Okay, it lied to me. It's 75 actually. Well, still though, I think I go for the Unhold. Okay, get that one more there. Yeah, okay. There you go. And haven't gotten to use this yet, so let's use the Shatter here. Probably just kill this one. Is this damage enough? Yeah, I guess it is. With 2 hits. Or perhaps a headshot. Well, I can still wait and decide. We also have loot cardis, but can't currently get anywhere. I guess I can wait for Giselmar to get out of the way though. So let's do so. And also, yes, Herbert can rotate Giselmar. So I will. Then gets out of the way to make room for loot cardis. So we are probably fine again. Go for the decapitate. 91. Okay, there we go. Rest in pieces. Alright, yeah, I suppose I should deal with this guy. Though I can do that with loot cardis probably. Which means I can go instead for this guy. This gal. Right. In most fights, having this second wind ability is definitely enough when you use perfect focus. Can only use it once. Anyways, the fight is won. 6 enemies left. Nice try. Goodbye to you guys. Goodbye to romance. Goodbye to horses. And somehow this rune chosen is still alive. There we go. Couple of close calls, but ultimately they pose no real threat. Or at least the outcome of the battle was never in doubt. There we are. So loot-wise we get plenty of famed items due to the rune chosen. But I don't think I'll be using these weapons, because technically these runes are magical. And we don't need them. This sword is pretty nice though. So is this axe. I think this is a 4 AP weapon. So yeah, that damage is pretty damn nice. And also yes, you can get these runes if you scrap the weapons. And we get okay, we get some runes and let's see, some famed helmet pieces as well. And we get some famed armor. Hooray. But I don't think we got anything from the camp itself. Anyways, we have some levels, so Hatward, level 12. I guess perhaps just holds on to this perk point. Unless I want off-book deal, which comes with a penalty as well. It doesn't really matter one way or the other. I don't know. This is probably worth it. Reduces barter by -1%, but gets us more items available. But then again, also plus 10% to the buying price. So I don't know. This is a bit of a silly perk. I don't know. Let's not take it. Schütze, level 13. And did I have anyone else? No, since these are the perks I'm keeping in reserve. Alright, so now we have food for 8 days. Let's camp. Treat these injuries. And also, I suppose, repair things. So I will be selling these weapons. As well as the runes from the other pieces that we got. At least when I last played Legends, runes were very valuable, so I would assume that they still are, and we'll get a lot of money for them, but we'll see. Alright, let's set up camp, I suppose. Okay, that's good enough. Astrid has completed training and gains team player. Alright, so let's see. Level 14 Astrid has a perk point. Where does it go? Nothing is planned really. Lots of options though. Team player should pair quite well with Bullseye. Vision of 9, so get something out of keen eyesight if I want that. With anchor though, that's a bit unnecessary. I could just go for some defenses out of dodge. Honestly, that might be what I should take here. Can't really control what happens in the witch hut eventually. So if someone who's a heavy melee hitter gets charmed, then having dodge does help. With an 190 initiative. I could also just take like Steel Brow perhaps. Or 9 lives. But yeah, let's just get dodge. Melee defense of 51. Alright, and did I get anything for anyone else? Doesn't look like it. Anyways, so we still have food, so I guess I'll keep on looking for the witch hut. Which might be in a lot of places. Let's go to the west. Might find something interesting at least, if not the witch hut. I don't think the witch hut can be in Tundra though, but let's see if there's anything here, and there isn't. Also yes, I need to remember, always remember about the nets. And also, let's let Linda sit out and bring Swanhilder back into the lineup. Still repairing most of these things. I didn't even look at the armors, but they don't really matter that much at this point. They're like lithe or nimble pieces for the most part. Anyways, they are not even repaired. Like I've been doing, I'll leave these easy places be. But if I find like an actual challenge orc camp, then I suppose I will do that. I am on the ambition, but still. I don't think the run will last long enough for me to care about getting that orc amulet. I have no time for your games. Let's take a look at the food situation though. Okay, we are still okay for a while. Let's look through here. Hellman's Climb. Okay, scout the northwest perhaps, and then we need to find some food again, one way or another. Probably just head back to civilization. We have found a grotesque tree. Okay, so this is in the base game. One could say this is magical, but this is in the base game, so I will use this. You stand at the edge of a forest clearing, and the sight therein beggars belief. A trunk of a human body runs up out of the earth like a slender tree, naked and bristling, goosebumps for bark, continuing upward until it is twice as tall as yourself. There are no branches. There are no hands. There are instead a series of human heads bound in a bunch where a tree crown should be. From left to right, they are babyish and beautifully present, ambiguously sexless, malformed creations of time, it seems, where the shadows they themselves author turn their faces from once oddly familiar to strangely naive, as they stare about as though they knew not how they got there and seem ever ready to ask if it of you. It reminds you of a drowning you happened upon, the face contorting beneath the running river water, the flesh suffering nothing short of constant conjecture as to what put it there. Whispers sift in from the trees. They rifle over the ground as if spoken by the bugs, and they clamber up your arms until they scratch at your very ears. They ask you to stay. Let's see what this is. Upon entering the clearing, the bizarre creature straightens up, swaying its heads from side to side like a peacock readying a display. They speak to you.
The elder, yes, here, yes, him. We know him, we knew.
The faces warp and discolor as though blemished in the wake of the words leaving their very mouths. Slowly they reform to speak again, a grotesque panoply punctuating itself one head at a time.
Drink a little, heal, all drink, all become one.
You look back down to see an earthen overhang curving across a puddle the size of a plate. There's a faint trickle as water drips into it from the overhang, and from where that water comes is anyone's idea. You look up to see the faces looking down, their appearances molding from anguish to happiness, to surprise, to fear, to confusion.
Familiar, always familiar. Drink little, yes, no, drink all.
Looking back down, you take out your water skin and pop the cork. I'll just take a little. You crouch beneath the grotesque tree, the heads sway downward, the shade coming with them as though someone were placing the lid upon a basket. When you look up, they stare from a foot away, rippling and forever moving. Yet, one on the far end is very still. Its face is stuck on an old man's grimace, the brow furrowed, the jowls taut, the elderly lines ever creased, as if the fury was folding upon itself like a well-crafted sword. A bulb of darkness surrounds it, the penumbra pulsing as if the head was staring in from another world altogether. Hands firm, you take the water skin and pour out its contents. Emptied, you put it beneath the dripping overhang and listen to each drop hit its bottom. The faces lean in ever closer, surrounding you in a cone of chaos. As they draw near, you can hear the tearing of their reality as they come to and fall out of shape. The water skin shakes in your hand as if you had to hold it against the surge of a waterfall. You yank it out from the overhang, and as you tumble backward, you realize the heads have long since reared upright. Rolling over, you crawl your way to your feet and run out of the clearing. Seemingly safe, you look back to see the creature is gone. There is nothing there at all. No tree, no fountain. The water skin, however, remains. You gain a water skin. Best keep this somewhere safe. There we go. Water skin, a leather water skin filled up with the liquid from under a bizarre human-shaped tree. It whispered in your head that you should drink it to heal. Will remove all temporary or permanent injuries as well as the old, addicted, exhausted and hangover traits and status effects. So there we go. So I could use it already on Baldwin, who has gotten old. Doesn't really matter though. So I will hang on to it, I guess, and we'll see. We'll see. Currently the only candidate basically is Baldwin, but we might have a better one. Anyways. There you go, there we have it. Let's continue. Alright, nothing here. Alright, and that is the swamp. I think... I'm not 100% certain that the witch hut will be in a forest. Anyway, here is Urot Gosh. I did skip this place earlier though. Could do it now, I suppose. I guess I will. I will do it, sure. Let's kill some more orcs. Okay, you silly orcs. Let's see what you're made of. 30 orcs. Who's afraid of orcs? I used to be afraid. But now I'm not. Okay, a man splitter. That is semi-scary, yes. Anyways, like before, I'll probably just stay put for the most part. This time they can actually rally themselves. Anyways, I could also advance here. There's a pretty nice choke point here. Can't really attack unless I do rotations. I can do rotations though. Yeah, I suppose I will advance on the northern flank at least. And if I block here, yeah, that's quite nice. So just move people here and they'll have to go around, which means that Ox Shock here with the Man Splitter will not be able to attack us. We'll be getting attacked by Karosh Urgat as well as this Berserker though. Anyways, that's fine. So Rikara, we've learned that I need to be a little bit careful with you, so perhaps go for the Orc Young. So did I mistakenly think that you had rotation earlier? I think I did, but you don't. Anyways, just move there. Means you do nothing else. And over here... So Alretieren will rotate, I guess, Baldwin. And we can rotate around the hammer with Herbert. So that is 3 spots for these guys, and we can use Sancho here. Mostly just to daze opponents. There you go. Dazed and staggered. And on this flank, Arnold can rotate Gudbrand. Yes, I suppose I'll do that. I might get Kettle in trouble again, and perhaps I should have used a shield for this fight. Orcs are pretty good at breaking shields, though, especially if you don't have the shield expertise. Okay, and that is a 95, just go for it. Wait for a rotation. Provide rotation. Rotate here. And move over there. Okay, and Bartholomew also is frontline capable. Also, I can rotate out of trouble if need be. And I do have nets. They are a bit unnecessary though. I suppose it's better to have them break free from nets instead of attacking us though. So I suppose I'll use some. So if I want to be a little bit safer, I can skip attacking with Kettle and instead move somewhere or perhaps rotate Good Branch, but that is not going to help basically at all. It does also have some initiative, so gets to attack here before getting stunned or dazed. Well, can't be stunned, has Steel Brown, but before getting dazed by the Orc Young. And he does also have those tactical maneuvers, so I guess it's fine. Don't want to kill this Berserker too soon, but I can deal damage. Okay, that's enough. On this flank, kind of better probably as well to leave this Berserker alive until the backline has made their moves. Unless I can immediately move there, and I might be able to. Next round, that is. Save this spot for Lutkardis, so what do you do, Azur? Maybe just move on this flank, actually. Azur can kind of tank with 56 melee defense. Yeah, I'll just do that. $95 miss. Alright. I'll just use the reap ability here instead of perfectly focusing perfectly. And inspire someone for next round. Yeah, maybe Giselmar. Giselmar is a good target. Usually. Did I forget to move people here? I did forget. How did I manage that? Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter, but yeah, it seems I've forgotten. In all of this excitement, I forgot to actually block this. Oh well. Like I said, that's fine. Does mean that we do get probably Ox Shock in melee range pretty soon here, sooner than I would like. Anyways, yeah, that's kind of awkward. But in the meantime, what to do with Swanhilder? Also, that does mean that Rikara is slightly in an awkward, dangerous spot. Guess I can move Arnold there. Someone else with some initiative can perhaps take this spot here. I could also move Swanhilder there. That's a bit silly though. 72 hit points. 20 melee defense. And then rotate her out of there with perhaps Alretieren. That's dumb. Can't even get there in one round. Herbert has only 15 melee defense. I could still decide to move around here, actually. Much rather attack something here, though. Or perhaps it's better to move there. And yeah, that leaves this spot open. Which does mean that one of these backline orcs will be able to take that, unless I can get there fast enough. Which I don't think is going to happen. But, well, then again, Azur has 111 initiative, so let's see. We'll need to walk through this Orc Warrior's melee range if I do that. Anyways, I guess it's better to move around there to block, to keep the initial plan in place. Well, we'll see how it goes. He's not like the ideal guy there either, but good enough, I guess. I also do have good brand on this flank, which is what I could consider instead, but I guess I would like to attack something with one of these guys. So let's just attack. Okay, good luck to you, Ranch. And yeah, Arnold goes there to block. Can also get out of trouble if the need arises, which it might. So since the AI is so stupid, these two Orc Berserkers should go for a flank here instead of waiting for an opportunity to get to us sooner. Anyways, so yeah, maybe go for this target. Since I never did end up blocking that, maybe it's fine. I mean, killing this Orc young is fine already. Whatever. Do it. Okay. Maybe wait with Sütze. Might be that I should save some AP to use footwork or rotation instead of attacking twice here. Also, if I do that, I can instead attack an Orc young. But I will be dazed on Kettle, so it's not quite as good. Anyways, I'll wait. And yeah, they are going for the flank. And here, just attack before I get stunned or something. So getting Berserk would have been nice. Luthgardis can be stunned though, so maybe I should try to block that somehow. It seems I might not be able to though. Yeah, I'm not able. Oh well. Unless I use a net. Maybe. Could use a net maybe if this is actually in range on this Orc young, just to not be dazed or stunned here. Yeah, I guess that's worthwhile. Probably. Though, will that be enough? It actually looks like it's not enough. Yeah, I can't get anyone here to block in time. So it's not going to help, actually. Oh well. But that's a pretty good result. I already acted with Baldwin, so the stun matters not. Alright. Can use a net. Do I need to use a net? Not really, but I can slow perhaps the elite. In any case, I'll wait and decide later. Taking some cheap damage, but so far it's fine. Alrighty. Don't want to kill this to make room for an elite. But getting it low enough to activate Berserk with good brand is a good idea. One more, I think. Maybe not. Is that enough? Also, this might kill, so no. If I make room here, how bad is that? It's a bit bad. I would rather not have to deal with the Orc Elite's immense armor just yet. In any case, this Orc Young will be killed, I suppose, during this round. Which means one of these more dangerous Orcs will be able to get to us. I do have the hammer here, but it's currently busy. I can rotate with Arnold, though. Okay, let's do it. And if the elite goes there, then so be it. Alright. Archery practice. Maybe wait still. Unless I go for this target. Yeah, that's fine-ish. Alright. Now I could step here. Doesn't really seem worthwhile. Okay, there you go. As predicted. Kind of awkward that this Orc Young is waiting still. I suppose it doesn't matter. I can wait as well. Okay. I'll wait with the Inspire as well. Unless I want to Inspire round, actually. Yeah, maybe that's worthwhile. Let's just Inspire round and probably just go for the Elite instead of Karash Urgat. Also, might need to rotate Rikara out of there with someone. Well, Arnold is present. You wait. Alright, and once again we wait. And we wait. And we wait. And Herbert could go in melee. Is there a rotation I could instead use with him? Currently, maybe not. Once again, wait. And also, yes, Alretjärn can rotate. So many people. So many options. Anyways, like I said, let's do this rotation. Though there is an argument to be made that Karash Urgat is the bigger threat, since he does have the Orc Rallying Cry ability. Whatever the hell it's actually called. But yeah, let's do that. Need to deal with these flankers as well. Okay. I think it's fine to stay where you are, so just attack. And I can now use a net again. So what is this? Oh yeah, prepare bullet. Could use that. On this one, I guess. Anyways, is there a point in slowing Okshak? I guess there is. Since we are currently busy dealing with his underlings. Which means I move to be able to do it. One net left. More on the ground, though. Alright, and I suppose I'll slow the elite. Should I slow the berserker as well? Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, I suppose I will. But let's keep the rest of these nets, so do nothing else. Okay, this is only going to tickle. Well, I guess headshots can hurt a little bit. The head armor's lower and also doesn't actually have steel brow. I'm not going to use the lash ability though, since it's far more fatigue intensive. Get one headshot in. Right. Who's first? Guess you. Slice and dice. Anyways, it is now a clear line of attack for this orc young, so we'll be getting dazed again. Oh well. There's really no point in engaging in melee here with the berserker yet. So what do you do with your 5 AP? I don't know. You'd get next to Karosh Urgot. Not the best weapon for that. If I move here, he's getting dazed. I could move like here and get rotated by Arnold. At some point. Maybe it doesn't even matter all that much. Also, remains to be seen where Okshak, when he breaks free, moves to. I suppose the southern flank does need more help. I'll move here and perhaps be rotated, or perhaps just move to a free space. Anyways, speaking of free spaces, now I can move here, or try to take this spot. That does prevent the flanking. Does leave Kettle a bit vulnerable. I'll see if I can take this spot. Yes, I can. You just do that. And the thrower, let's use the quick step. Okay, 95 times 2. It's a headshot. Gets another headshot. Okay, didn't expect that. Well, good job. Alright, and then we still have Herbert. Can activate Berserk with this Orc Young, which frees up Baldwin instead to move on the Warrior. Yeah, that's pretty good, I'd say. If Herbert gets stunned, that's fine-ish. So if I rotate, actually I could rotate here so that Baldwin gets to engage with the Berserker instead. Also gets next to this Orc Young. If I do that, though, there's a free space here for an Orc Young to jump to. But actually, never mind, since Alretierin is yet to act. Okay, let's do it. Right, move there, and actually, if you can... Oh, did you even have Underdog? You do. Okay, so if I move here, then that's pretty good, I guess. I could also just footwork there, to guarantee. 69 melee defense, though. Go for it. And I can still mark target, but against Orcs that's not as useful. Yeah, I don't think it's going to do basically anything. So don't. Okay, and Arnold, is there a point in waiting? I could make sure that you're the one who gets dazed. If someone's getting dazed. That is definitely putting him at risk. Also does mean that I don't rotate Giselmar, which was initially the plan here. Would rather not get dazed. And actually Rand can be stunned, so yeah, let's block that from happening. Yeah, just wait there. And I think I'll... should I wait? If I get this Orc Young low enough, I can do Berserk with good branch. So yeah, actually, let's shoot it. But with the second shot... Well, I could... no, I can't. I have only 3. Well, I can shoot the warrior. Let's do that. Okay, and you should probably do something before you get dazed again. The Berserker is coming in, though. No, actually, wait. Oh. Decided to go for the flank instead of taking that spot. Oh well. Well, like I said, I'm doing this, I guess. Because otherwise you'll just get stunned again. Does mean that the action points from Berserk are meaningless. However, actually, yes, if I get this kill, I can move, like, here on this flank, which is better. Yeah, let's get next to the Orc Warlord. These are happening. Not that many, though. Stunned. That's fine, though. Okay, so I have 1 net here. Let's use it to slow this one. And I can footwork out of here, but I don't need to. Wait and decide. Arnold does get hit. Did he have Resilient? I don't think he does. Yeah, he actually doesn't. That's pretty bad. Well, he's fine for now. Anywho, inspire someone. Maybe Ranch. Maybe Giselma. I think it's Ranch. I could also see if Ludwig can kill this elite. One headshot will make it happen. And after that we might get Orc Shock there. But then I can use Rand's hammer twice. Just go for the Berserker as well. Yeah, I think I'll just go for the elite. Oh, it's only 68. Yeah, has last stand. That is a consideration. That will also apply to anyone else attacking though, so someone needs to just do it. Can't use a net during this round. Doesn't get the headshot. Oh well. Maybe a mistake going there. Well, oh yeah, I can guarantee headshots. And actually this is a 95 somehow. Despite the last stand. 101 melee skill. Okay, well, do that. Well, yeah, that was kind of a waste with Ludwig, so mistake, I think. So we don't even get Orc Shock there anyway. Anyways, it's not like it matters. Don't need to play flawlessly. Just attack there. Wait. Alright, and should I use the round swing? Maybe. Yeah, let's see if that activates Berserk. It does. Well done. Wait and decide with Giselmar, I think. Don't want to step there now. Alright. I guess I should go for Karosh Urgat here. Can I still get a rotation in though? I can. Okay, so I wait for that. So I don't waste that Inspire AP. Okay, so I can rotate, I can also attack before I do that. Very impressive. And I can still rotate, and Arnold should probably try to avoid fighting. I don't know, doesn't really help that much, but I will do the rotation. Alright, and Kettle. Could actually go for a stun on an Orc Young. Feels like a waste. I think I will though. 2 stuns. Alright. And Herald. Just does that. You go here. Mr. 95. Nicely done. I guess I should get in melee range with this Orc Young to avoid the stuns or dazes. Double bonk. So the warrior is fleeing. I guess he's out of the rally range as well. Bleeding times 4 as well. Guess I'll go for the Orc Young in that case. Alright. And Arnold, I suppose, waits. Perhaps does nothing else during this fight. Has bled out to half health. Slightly awkward. I guess I can go for Ox Shock, but that's not going to do much. I'll just wait. You wait as well. You wait as well. If I kill this Orc Young, I make space for the Berserker. I suppose I don't. Not yet. Went inside of the bush. Yeah, that's a nice move you can make when your opponent doesn't actually have a melee weapon. Kind of funny in a way. Anywho, Bartholomew is an okay Inspire. Not great though, actually. Has 11 AP. Yeah, actually never mind. Rikara though is okay. Impressive move. Okay, actually good damage for once from a thrower. Good job. And then Rand misses the 95 killing blow, as you do. Oh, you silly orcs. Anyways, I guess Arnold might be able to do this. There you are. Does he do anything else, though? Guess I move here, and then I can... No, actually, no. Rand still has 3 AP, so... I could have rotated around next round, but there's no point. Alright, 9 orcs left. Anyways, just move there and do that. So if I kill this one, I can... Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Giselmar is already in melee range, so someone might be getting hit by a man-splitter. So what ifs? Rather keep Rikara away from the berserkers though. Well, as well as the man-splitter. Really would not like to be hit by those weapons. So instead... Let's just move there. Okay. So someone, it seems, unless Okshak decides to roar, which he might, is getting hit. I could guarantee it's Kettle, and Kettle will survive. Might be getting targeted by the Berserker as well if I do that though. I can perhaps daze, which would help. Could also kick for a stagger. Immune to stun. Oh. I suppose that also means you're yeah, actually you have composure. Never mind, you're immune to dazes. Oh well. Anyways, Kettle might be getting hit. Let's not get in round swing range. Yeah, did get hit, but it's okay. He has a steel brow. Anyways, let's finish this. So 7 orcs left. You don't actually have ammo. Let's just do that. Could have waited for the armor to be lower, but at this point probably doesn't matter. It's a kind of a risky spot to move to. Can wait for the warrior to be dead. Oh, there's a tree stump there, which I didn't notice. So Rand can't actually move there. Oh well. Whoopsie daisy. Plenty of mistakes I've made in this battle, but they don't matter, it seems. Kind of funny to see that elite bleed out there. Anywho. Just move you over somewhere. Yeah, that tree stump is kind of problematic for us. A little bit. Not much. Nice hit. Nice hit. Not a nice hit. Okay. Anyways, move there. Do that. And do that. Maybe I should have footworked out of there. I think he'll still survive though. Should have checked. Well, I can act with Baldwin, but he can't actually get there. Oh well. Perhaps yet another mistake. I can debilitate. And actually, yeah, I don't... Okay, yet another mistake. Oxshark is near death. I don't need to debilitate. I can just kill. Anyways. There we go. Yes, I know, it's very funny. All your fellow orcs are dead, and you get one hit in. And then you're dead. Alright, 2 left, one of them fighting back. No mercy for orcs. There we go. Herbert actually gets almost 800 experience points. Ludwig has leveled. Who dealt the most damage? Herbert actually 900. Ludgard is 2100. Well, I guess that's to be expected with perfect focus. Ludwig only 1000. Okay, well, there we go. Did we get anything famed? We did not. Masterwork fabric, though. Hooray. And the inventory is full. Doesn't even matter if I take something here or leave it based on its value, I guess, at this point. Old habits die hard, though. Alright. So Ludwig, level 13. Would be nice to have a way to get fatigue back. like Second Wind or Recover. Also have a level for Hail Wig. Let's take Field Repairs. The perk itself will not be used ever, but if I want the retinue associated with it, then I can get it. Rikara level 13. Do I keep this? I guess I don't. The perk point, that is, since, yeah, I have the irritable debuff, which means Rikara has already read a book. So I just take something, I guess. Well, yeah, then again, yes. I was keeping that perk point because she might get new perk trees when she eventually, finally, loses the cripple status. But that might still take a while. So instead, I could, like, take tactical maneuvers. For safety reasons. Instead, I would take Steel Brow, but I don't have Steel Brow available. Nor do I have Colossus. I'll go ahead and take tactical maneuvers. So do I... Yeah, I don't think I have the Perfect Focus book. Yeah, I don't. For Wifted. Anyways, mark it down that you have rotation now. Okay, there we go. Still obviously looking for the witch hut. Let's camp for a bit. Assign people to repairs. I guess I can also salvage. Make some room. Maybe head to civilization, actually. Soon. Let's repair some garbage here. For some reason, people do enjoy buying orc weaponry. You'd think with how aggressive the orcs are, you'd eventually have so much orc weapons that demand for them would go down. They're so difficult to make proper use out of anyway. Also, actually, yes, I have a man splitter now, so do I use that? I do have mind over body. I don't know. With Berserk, perhaps not worth it for him. I could use it on Baldwin, maybe. Maybe. Let's see. $20 fatigue to wield it. I guess I don't. Yeah, I don't. Anyways, I suppose we need to head back to civilization, offload the inventory. Maybe buy some supplies. Let's go to Donner's Vault and we'll decide whether to head to Schwanstadt. I'll leave this place here. I'll scout this little patch of uncovered area before I head there though. Okay, Swanhilder once again has had too much to drink, loses a kettle salad. And still I will not whip her. Retains the drunkard trait, sadly. Since I don't have cocaine. Buy a few things here. Okay, I think, yeah, let's go to Schwanstadt. We can make plenty of money at least. Even if that's a little bit meaningless. If I'm ending the run as soon as I take care of the witch hut, which I think I will. Might still take a while though. To find it in the first place. You can also, yeah, there are, I think, tavern rumors that you can use to locate legendary places. Maybe. There's a caravan here. I guess I'll check if it's going somewhere that I care about. Lauenstadt. There is an armor there, but is that enough? Some nimble gear would be nice. But I think I'll pass at this point. Let's just go to Schwanstadt. On foot. Saw something there. A group of undead here, so yeah, it seems we are getting the undead crisis next. We do have a champion as well. Sir Freykin, the Doom of Man. Okay, so that group is pretty easy, despite being 20 strong and having necrosavants. I suppose because of the champion I will take care of it. That will be next time though, as it's been long enough. So, thanks for watching, and I shall see you then.